Okay.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Peggy.
I'm Amanda.
And you're watching the Junction Fiber Mill Millcast.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
It's our 100th episode.
Are we starting right off with 100?
Why not? Guess
what?
Oh my gosh. Oh, you had a special prop.
Reach in.
Okay. Whoa. Oh my gosh. So a few weeks ago, we were like, our 100th episode is coming up. What should we do? And I was like,
okay.
I'd love to do something special, but it's also...
You look very regal.
Thank you. So do you.
All right.
Now I just adjusted the camera height and I've gotten a little taller. So, but
yeah.
Anyways, it's the week between Vermont Sheep and Wool and Rhinebeck, New York Sheep and Wool Festival. So I was like, I really don't have the energy to do a special something for the Millcast, unfortunately, for this episode. And Peg's like, I got it.
And I hope you forgot. So I immediately ordered them.
Forgot.
They've been in a bag under my desk for like weeks now.
Oh my God. I gotta actually take it off one more time. I want to see it. 100 fabulous. I just want to know who else is wearing. I like to picture like people turning 100, especially.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. But we are 100.
Yeah, we're
fabulous.
We're bedazzling.
That's amazing. Okay.
So we got to keep it on for the whole Millcast.
Absolutely. Of course.
Maybe the whole damn day.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
what are you wearing?
I was knitting this in the spring. This is the Cowgirl Blues with some yarn that I got over at Scratch.
And Cowgirl Blues is a silk mohair that we carry here at the shop.
And in fact, I was talking to Bridget Henderson, who is the creator of this South African company. And if you ever read any of Tom Robbins' books, she named her company Cowgirl Blues after even cowgirls get the blues, which I thought was incredibly clever. Anyway, I'm wearing a vest that I had knit quite a bit.
Knit, right?
Yeah,
It's not the Stockholm slipover, though. What is it called?
No, I have no idea. I knit it too long ago to remember. But
I'll look it up.
It was just chilly enough this morning. I was like, yeah, we're into sweater weather.
I want more vests. I only have one in my arsenal, and it's brown, and I love it, but I kind of want more, so I have it on my to-do list to do another vest. I actually took some of the Jacob Twist, or the Vermont and Jacob Marled.
Yeah.
So I thought Cody's sweater turned out so well.
Yeah.
You might have seen it in the last episode. There was a photo.
It's fantastic.
Go on our website, but.
So are you thinking of doing a vest for yourself with it?
Yeah, and also maybe for Lewis or Maeve.
Oh, we're just
just like put it on the project list. So we'll see when that gets done.
Well, that's good.
But I am wearing my sweater number 8 by, I think it's called My Favorite Things knitwear. She's another Danish. It's not petite knit though. And I have like a love-hate with this sweater, but I wore it the other day because I was like almost ready to just like give it away to somebody. I was like, let me give it one more shot.
Yep.
And then I really liked wearing it. But the sleeves are like just a skosh too short on me. And like, it's so ribby. So I keep thinking they'll stretch, but they don't.
But they don't.
And then it also was knit, like the pattern was, as far as I remember, completely the same front and back.
Yeah. Which
so
means,
it has that like, and I need to put a label. Like I just need to sew a label onto the back so I remember which way I wear it.
Yeah. But
because otherwise I just like, toss it on. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter.
It may not matter.
I want it to be more oversized. It's also like a little long. So what I should do is like take from the bottom and give to the sleeves, but I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. So, but I like the color. I like many things about it.
Are these your sheep?
Yes. Well, it's actually both of our sheep.
Oh.
This was a batch of Maisie, who is one of my darker sheep, but she was still like young enough that her fleece wasn't all that. I wanted a gray, so I bought a little bit of the white wool from Peg
to lighten it up a bit.
Blended it,
and
so that's what I did. Which is funny because had I waited 1 year, her fleece was the same color. So Cody got a friend to make a sweater for him, a very nice friend, out of some of her wool from the following year. And when we both happened to wear them at the same time, which often happens, it's like same sweater.
Yeah, well, and that's interesting that they matched in color.
Exactly. So, you can't tell them apart, good. So it's funny. Anyways.
So fall is here, man. The colors, I think we're like right at peak. I want to show you a picture that I took this morning. I have a tree right in front of our house that literally it's half red, half green. It's like you can just see the paint that's just being spilled on this tree. It's really wild.
Yeah, Peg and I took a little drive yesterday to do some official mill business, and we were
very official. An executive session.
We were just looking around, and it's like, I had the thought, like, you know, and every year I think this, if you've never seen fall color and you just happen to be plopped here at this time, it looks like a Dr. Seuss illustration. It's just like every tree is just a totally different color. It's so cool. You don't think so?
I don't know that I would have gone to Dr. Seuss, but it's wildly colorful. And we had driven all the way over to Bridgeport, which is a town on the other side of Woodstock. So the drive over was spectacular.
It was beautiful.
And the place we were visiting is like nestled into this bowl. And so as you looked around, it's a property that has 500 acres. And as you looked around, you were surrounded by the rolling hills that rose up. And it was like they were on fire.
Yeah, it was so beautiful.
Blue sky. We didn't did I?
I took some pictures out.
You can decide if you want to put some. But anyway, it was a fun field trip.
Yeah, it totally was.
Yeah. So I'm going to reference Rhinebeck is like next weekend, and so yesterday I went and got my COVID and flu because I really don't want to get sick at
How are you
Rhinebeck.
feeling?
I feel okay, except that my arm feels like it's been just
Which one? Did you get them both in the same arm?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, weird choice. Okay.
You know what? The woman who was administering it said most people do it that way, and I just all night long I was like, where do I put my arm? So and then at one point Todd's like banged into me. I was like, I'm gonna kill you. Anyway, but I don't feel bad, and I thought that I was going to.
Yeah, so I got mine earlier this week. I wanted to get them both on the same day. That was not possible, but I did. A COVID or a flu shot clinic at my husband's work, and then I did a COVID shot at the CVS, and then the next day I brought the kids to their appointment, so they both got stuck in both legs. I have to say though,
they did it in the legs.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, that's interesting. Legs. Kids.
Yeah, we pull down the pants, put them in the thighs.
There you go.
And we did Maeve first, obviously, because she would like see Lewis and like get upset. So I was really nervous that she was going to get traumatized because she has to go back to the doctor in a few weeks for her, on the 6-month checkup.
Yeah.
But she laid down. She was like into the whole being at the doctor thing. They stuck her and she was just like quiet and like a little confused and maybe a little nervous. And then, we immediately went in with the like, wow, great job. And she just like, I did a great job. Yeah. And it was great. And then Lewis, he cried, but that's fine.
Happen.
He recovered.
I asked the woman who was doing it. So my appointment was at 3:15. I said, "Do you have any sense of how many people you've seen so far today?" She goes, "Yeah, more than 100."
That's great.
It's like 100 people.
Did you go to CVS also?
Yeah, CVS over in Hanover. It was great. But anyway,
so fingers crossed because we both of us so far, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Survived Vermont sheep and wool.
Yeah.
And all the exhaustion on top of all the contact that.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Vermont sheep and wool, thank you guys for all the incredible comments that you did a fabulous job editing it.
Oh, thank you.
Just a lot. I hope it gives you a real sense of what the festival was like. And then, gosh, there's over 100 comments on it. So first of all, I'm very glad there are people who recognize the Jackson Browne song. Thank you. We're not that old. And just very positive, fun comments. So thank you very, very much.
Were there, I didn't read the comments yet, I should, but were there folks that said they want to come next year that didn't come this year?
Yeah, and folks that want to know if we're doing the Millapalooza again. A lot of folks who had been at Millapalooza commented about how much fun they had.
I'm going to read them today. That's
exciting. It was just very thoughtful. Thank you.
I should have said off the top, we are pre-recording this a little bit. Because it's going to be
Columbus Day.
Yeah, on Monday. So we are...
Is daycare closed?
Daycare's closed. So we're going to... I'm not going to be... I'm going to be with the kiddos, so that's fine.
That's good.
Yeah.
So all that's good. So we have a really fun interview to share with you.
Yes.
When we were in Maryland this past spring, our first time going down to the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival, it was a lot of fun, but it was new to us. We kind of didn't know what to expect. And there were some folks that, kept coming by and then kept coming by. And then we realized it was Miss Babs hand-dyed yarns and fiber, which if you haven't heard of them, they're kind of a big deal. They're based primarily out of Tennessee, and they do magnificent hand-dyed yarns. And their team kind of, I think, had a powwow and then approached us to see if there was a collaboration we could do. And we were thrilled. Yeah. Absolutely thrilled. And so our collaboration is coming to a head, if you will, at Rhinebeck. So if you're at all thinking of going to Rhinebeck, definitely you want to check out Miss Babs. And so we're going to introduce you to Miss Babs and some members of her team. I cannot tell you how thrilled we are to have Miss Babs hand-dyed yarns and fiber on the Junction Fiber Mill Millcast. It is just a terrific honor. So welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, we're happy to be here.
Oh my goodness. And I should say here is, most of you are in Tennessee, correct?
Yep.
Yes, we're in Tennessee. I am Babs, and this is
I'm Helen.
and we are at headquarters.
Great.
And I'm
yeah, go ahead.
and I'm joining you. I'm Veronica. I'm joining you remotely from home in California.
Fabulous, fabulous. I want to jump right in and say what we're thrilled is that we're doing a collaboration with you guys, and it all got started when we met in person, sharing space with the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival this past spring, and it was just a pleasure to meet you guys. And then you guys came back to us and said, "Hey, how about you dye up some yarn for us?" So you guys want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'm actually going to let Veronica do the lead on that.
All right, yeah. So we're in the same building at Maryland Sheep and Wool, and kept walking by, and I kept thinking, I need to shop, which is how we get stuck so many times, and stumbling across beautiful things in your booth. So we picked up some really beautiful examples of your making tracks light yarn, which I have my skein wound up because I've got a project started. And we got to chatting with you, Peg, and Amanda in the booth, and had to pick up some yarn to take home. And then I went back to the booth and I talked to Babs, and I thought, you know what? I wonder if we could do something cool with these folks. So yeah, and of course Babs has a little bit of a Vermont connection as well.
Yes, I absolutely do.
Oh, what is your connection?
Well, I went to high school, boarding school in South Woodstock, Vermont. So I very much know White River Junction and have driven through it and many times on the way to and from and around about. So
excellent, excellent.
So that was one of those things that's like, oh, I like these people just because of that.
Just on account of it, because they're from Vermont. We'll take that. We kind of like being from Vermont. Yeah, and so fast forward a little bit. You guys sent us an inspiration photo for the colors that you were interested in, and we were like, "Ooh, look at this!" And so we took that photo and went to our our dye area and started thinking, all right, how are we going to capture these colors? What ones are going to give us a real emphasis? And we created the dye, we dyed it, and we shared it with you guys. And I love the name that you gave it, Sublime Skies. And we have no samples of it. So do you guys have a sample of it? Oh,
we
gosh.
do. I grabbed a few to bring over.
Oh, my gosh.
They're all a little bit different, but it's a warm, happy mix of corals and a little bit of a kind of lavender periwinkle blue and a burgundy and a little bit of yellow just for a bit of pop.
Yeah.
So it's a gorgeous color, and we're really happy with how it turned out.
Excellent. Excellent. And I know that you've created already 2 different patterns to showcase how those colors change as you knit with them. I know there's one that's called Making Ripples that Veronica did.
Yep, we couldn't help ourselves. So this is Veronica's Making Ripples shawl.
I love it.
It's got a skein of Dusk Avon, which is a fingering weight merino silk blend as the solid color, and then Sublime Skies, our special edition Making Tracks Light as the variegated
and
color.
What I love about this design is that it has these lovely little nubs that aren't, don't really stick out a lot, but they just make it feel so nice. So
I like that.
Yeah.
And the other one was I believe a cowl called Daisy Bell.
Yes. Let's see. That's
I love that.
This is Helen's design.
And Helen's design.
I love stranded color work, and I like to take various patterns in books and tweak them so that they're not long floats anywhere in the pattern.
Right.
Because that's always a pain in the bum. So this is a modified version of a pattern from one of my many stitch dictionaries. And I love how it comes out with the Making Tracks Light and the changing.
The slow gradual changing of colors. Both of those patterns are just terrific, and you're right, they showcase the color. like I said, we are thrilled to do this collaboration. And what's really special is this is going to be available really only at Rhinebeck. Have I got that right?
For right now, yes.
Yeah.
We're not going to have it on the website until we get a restock from you.
Right. So,
Yep.
but if folks are headed to Rhinebeck, they'll be able to purchase the skates at
Absolutely.
Rhinebeck, right?
We
Right.
are bringing all of the 2 runs that you made us to Rhinebeck, and on the off chance that any make it home, we'll put them online, but otherwise we'll be waiting until
Right.
you have time to fit us into your busy milling schedule to get a new
Great.
batch. for
Well,
people.
Rhinebeck is not far away.
Oh.
Oh, it's sure not. Coming up fast.
Well, in fact, the trucks leave, people and trucks leave a week from today.
Okay, so this is going to air. We're recording this in advance. This Millcast will air next Tuesday. So your trucks are already on the road.
No, they'll
It'll
be
be
on the
tomorrow.
road the next day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Tomorrow.
Wow. Yeah, it's getting real. We just did the Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival, so we're kind of catching our breath and then swinging around, getting ready for Rhinebeck. This will only be our second time being at Rhinebeck. You guys are veterans.
Yeah, it's still a lot of work and a lot of getting ready, and it's exciting. It's a wonderful show. I love the feel. The vibe is always great at Rhinebeck, and people are happy to be there. Generally, it's pleasant weather, a little cool with some color and all of that. And
Right. So pretty exciting. I would love it if we could step back a little bit. You guys have had such extraordinary success. As I understand from your website, there's 2 things that jumped out. You got 18 full-time employees. That's big. That's a big deal. And a handful of part-timers as well. But what I liked is the attitude of it. We work hard. We don't mind working hard, and we don't mind loud music. And there was sort of a vibe about the whole attitude of, I guess that I'd love to have somebody other than Babs tell me what's it like. That's me being a wise guy. What's it like to be working at Miss Babs?
Well, as the person who is not Babs and works at the studio, I guess I'm up. It's a great place to work. Babs is a wonderful boss. As you may know, we had the hurricane impacted us last week, and she said, do what you need to do. If you need to stay home to fix things, take a bit of time, just, take care of what you need to take care of and work when you can. And she's always been about helping employees take care of their needs, but also making sure that when we come to work, we're working. It's a fun environment. There is always loud music. We're joking around. We're kind of more of a family than a group of coworkers at this point, because once you start working for Babs, you really don't quit or leave unless you need to move away. So many of us have been here for 5, 10. I've been here for 14 almost years now.
Wow.
And it's just, I know it's like
pretty amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's just, I talk with people a lot in the studio about how lucky we are to work here and how much we appreciate what Babs does for us.
Outstanding. And Veronica, does the vibe of the mill make its way to California?
Oh, yeah, it does, because I'm usually on a video chat with these folks just about every day. And I do get to go to Tennessee and visit everyone, a couple times a year, and they make me feel right at home. And we have a good time. But yeah, we work hard, and Rhinebeck is definitely the the epitome of that.
Yeah.
Keeps us on our toes, but
keeps you on your toes, but can also put you on your butt. I mean, it's a
yeah, we try not to say too much about that part, but yeah.
Well, so you're a pretty big company. I mean, as far as the number of employees and whatnot. But as I understand it, it started back in 2005. And Babs, was it just you when you got started? How did it come about?
For a little bit. Well, I was teaching at marketing at ASU, which is Appalachian State University. And we parted ways in 2005, and I had been spinning and doing some dyeing, but I needed, I am not somebody who doesn't work. So I went to a couple of workshops, hand dyeing workshops, and came back in the middle of the summer in 2005 and just started experimenting and just started doing things. And I had a friend who had a yarn store, so I had a place to sell some yarn. And then a little while later, I had Jen joined us to join me to volunteer. And then I told her I needed to pay her because we couldn't continue this.
Yeah.
And became my first employee in 2006. And it's gone uphill from there, I suppose. My husband became disabled in 2008, so I really had to replace his income with business. So it went from, it was never a hobby business, but it went from sort of moving along at a steady pace to
Ramping up.
Yeah, it just, well, I don't have any easy way to say it that isn't sort of profane.
But you had to get serious.
I did have to get serious because it was also 2008, which is
Oh boy, yeah, the housing bubble, right? Yeah,
right. And we had bills and just like everybody else, and I had to find a way to cover everything. And it was pretty serious how to get and so I probably hired my second and third employee, and in 2009, but I added a website in 2006. It's just things just sort of, and Ravelry came along. Everything sort of came along together at just the right time.
Right. Wow.
And I started going to shows and doing all of that.
Well, and I think it's impressive that you still do the shows because there are a tremendous amount of work. And yet what we have found for our small business that's only been around for 3.5 years is those shows are where you get to meet the customers. You get to, really get the sense of who's your audience.
And people want to touch it.
Yeah. No, you're right about that.
And from that, they take that tactile
memory.
Yeah. And they share it with other people.
Right.
Yeah.
And I get a order.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I get a tremendous amount of creative energy back from those shows. Yes, it's hard work, but it's so great to talk with people, see what they're excited about, be amidst all the color and the sound and the bustle of the people. And I think the experience would it's a very rich experience. And I think it would suffer without doing the shows.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. Well, it's so impressive. The I guess empire is not the right word, but it feels a little bit like a fiber empire. It's so impressive what you have accomplished. And I love the collaborative feel that your team conveys. And I love that it's women owned. It's just given that I've got to assume 80 to 90% of your customers are also women. So that's pretty cool. We look forward to seeing you at Rhinebeck and saying hello. And for those who are watching who saw that Sublime Sky colorway, the only place to get it is going to be at the Miss Babs booth, which I'm sure people know where your booth is, but remind me, do you recall where your booth is?
Building C.
Yeah.
And it is in the back of Building C.
The booth numbers are 31 and 32, but we're all the way in the back of Building C.
Very cool. Well, thanks an awful lot for making time to talk with us, and we'll see you in a few days.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I can't wait.
See you soon.
All right, be well, ladies.
Bye.
What a cool lady. Cool team.
Very cool lady. And her, I guess you like to use it, that origin story you know, when you get pressed and you have to come up with the dollars to make, you know, the mortgage payment or pay the electric bills, it's just amazing how resourceful, in my opinion, women can be.
Yes, absolutely. We've talked about that a lot in terms of like motherhood too.
Yep.
And I think with her story and her situation, you definitely see the power of like, well, you've got this like crunch, and what are you gonna do? And she really turned that into something incredible.
Incredible. And to have 18 plus people working, that's a pretty big operation in the hand dyeing world.
Yep.
And they're very organized, they're hardworking, and when you read some of the story on their website, it just made me chuckle. Loving loud music and working hard.
And they just seem like a great team.
Absolutely.
And every member that we met in person and also through Zoom has been awesome.
Absolutely.
So.
I'm looking forward to seeing them all at Rhinebeck.
Me too. And to see that there'll be some Junction Fiber Mill yarn in their booth. Is very cool.
It's very cool. Yeah.
So speaking of what you're going to see at Rhinebeck and yarn, we've got a couple of exciting things. Let's start with this one.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay?
Guess what we're bringing back?
We are bringing back...
Ta-da! This is so gorgeous.
This is the Cider Donuts colorway. We sold out DK weight pretty immediately last year. This was our special Rhinebeck color. It just screams fall.
Yeah.
And I love it. You could pair it with brights. You could also pair it with neutrals. And it looks like the forest floor does right now. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's inspired by Cider Donuts.
Cider Donuts, yeah.
This we're going to bring back. I think we made a bit more of it than we made last year.
We made a little
right?
more because we had not been to Rhinebeck before. And last year we were, I have to say, last year I felt like when 9 o'clock hit.
Yeah, people were lined up for Cider Donuts.
It's lined up for Cider Donuts. And I felt like the whole day we were standing in front of a fire hydrant.
Yeah, it was nuts.
It was a little nuts. So I feel a little more prepared. We did more of this to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, and so we're going to have this. And folks, I know some of you are going to ask, if we have any left, it will be available online after, if we have any left.
If we have any left.
But hopefully you get to come to Rhinebeck if that's what you want.
Yeah.
But check the website afterwards, probably in the week afterwards to see. We'll probably tell you on the Millcast. But
And our other color, we've been slowly increasing the different colorways we have in our light and our sport weight. And so we have added, because it is so autumnal, leaf peeping. And this sort of lets you know the range of colors. We've just literally spun it.
So yeah, this is going to be sport weight, and we're unleashing this at Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
So that'll be the place to get into our first batch of making tracks leaf peeping. And leaf peeping lights, yes, because we do have it in the DK already.
Yeah. And I love it. It's just a nice saturated oranges, pinks, and a little bit of reddishness. It's good.
Yeah, I tried to grab two that like illustrated it.
Yeah, the range. Yeah, I think you did a good job.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's what you can find sort of unique to Rhinebeck. We're going to bring our We Will Rock You bags along. Yeah. And we're going to run a little like buy 3, get a free bag for skeins there. Yeah. And
it's a great bag. Yeah. It's so cute.
Yeah. So drop us a comment if you are going to come to Rhinebeck, and we hope to see you all there.
Absolutely.
I brought some knitting, though. I moved on, as you saw in the last episode. Yeah. I'm done with my Lindal sweater. I'm so excited to wear it.
Yeah. At Rhinebeck. Next weekend.
But I wanted to show you. I've got this is a throwback.
Yeah, throwback bag. Yeah.
I'm making my hunting season hat, which is the Muscle Burrow by Isolda.
Yeah.
You guys all know.
What a popular pattern.
Yes. So I'm here now.
Right.
I've gotten to the straightaway. I just last night, and I'm waiting till the very end to cinch this totally tight and weave, and I think it'll be satisfying. But this is
nice.
Out of our hunt. We still have some of this because we actually made more. It was so popular. The hunting season orange. And I did go for a little hike. I'll show a photo with Lewis last night because Cody took Maeve. And I was like, let's see if he'll fit in the backpack. But I had to wear my non-Junction Fiber Mill wool hunting season hat because I don't know.
You're not ready yet.
Yeah, I'm not ready, but I've got to finish this up so I can wear it in the woods.
Yeah, I have started this as well out of very different fiber. I didn't bring it, but I am driving to Portland, Maine because we're going to take care of the kids this weekend.
Yes.
Our grandkids, 3 grandkids, 4, 2, and 11 months.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to knit like crazy.
Yeah.
So I'll have it for the next one.
Now it's going pretty smoothly. I want to say, I do want to talk about the cast on.
The cast on's a little wonky.
I did so it says to use your preferred center out cast on.
Right.
I've never heard of such a thing. Had you?
Once I heard about it, I was like, oh yeah, that's for, like shawls that start this and then go out. So I
I've
got
never
the
done
concept.
that.
I had neither.
Okay, because every hat I've knit, I've done where you start at the bottom.
Yeah, and then you
go
decrease up.
Or I'm usually like knitting sweaters, and
Right.
that's a totally different thing. So I've never heard of this. So I think I just Googled like center out cast on, or maybe I Googled the first one they list, which is disappearing loop. And this person who wrote the pattern, again, I'll find the name, Yusolda, that's all I got. She has a video specifically
for this pattern. Yeah.
So that was extremely helpful, but it was funky.
Yeah.
You sort of create a knot and like, you gotta like hold the knot.
Yeah.
And
it's not even a knot. It's just an overlap. So you
whatever.
can't have it slip away. So you got to pinch it while you're meanwhile
doing other things. So it was funky, but now that I get it, it's like, I will add it to my arsenal. Do I remember it one bit? No, I will be looking up this video. It's funny. So my mother-in-law spent a good deal of time with us the past week or so, which is awesome. But she was knitting.
Hi, Natalie.
She still, considers herself pretty new to knitting. And she's like, I think I just need to take a class. So I really like some of the stuff sticks. And I was like, Natalie,
that's what YouTube's for.
No, you just YouTube every time you start a new pattern.
Absolutely.
Like you get the knits, you get the purls. That's pretty much all I got.
Yeah.
In fact, I still need to make myself notes about how to make one left and make one right. Because I always forget the direction, which one is front to back, which one's back to front.
But she's got a good explanation. And
patterns do. But I want to just put that out there to the world for anybody thinking there's like, maybe comment if you are different than me, but I'm like, I've been knitting for a long time now, and I've knit a variety of patterns, some challenging, advanced patterns even, and I'm still looking up half the stuff I'm doing. And
absolutely.
That's fine. And
but that's what's so brilliant.
YouTube.
I was about to say, that's what's so darn brilliant about YouTube. You want something specific you saw in the pattern.
Yep.
And I think in the old days, you'd be reading cumbersome paragraphs of hold the needle this, dip under, and like, forget it.
I'm such a visual learner too.
Well, it's the way to learn.
Yeah.
When you're doing something, when it's
for some people, apparently some people learn different
that
ways.
That may be, but when it involves verbs, like stick, duck,
and
whatever.
Also, left and right make no sense to my brain.
Yeah.
So I need to like see it and compare. So anyways, I just wanted to say, for a very simple hat, I have learned some new stuff.
Yeah. So I finished, I had started this when we were going to Croatia because I wanted something easy. Then I had to set it aside for the Lindal tour. And so now I've got this marvelous, it is squishy, soft.
Do you remember the name of it?
Italian Summer.
Yeah.
And it's the kid mohair.
Given your combo, it is not a summer scarf. It's very much a cozy winter scarf, I gotta say.
No, I put this on. No, anything below 60, I'm wrapping myself up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a very sensitive soul. You know what it really is? I have extremely low blood pressure.
You do look like a princess right now.
Don't I? I just to do a sidebar, I have extremely low blood pressure.
Okay, we're getting real personal.
Oh, a 90/60.
Yeah, I do also have very low blood
which
pressure.
means my hands and my feet
and
me
You gotta eat that salt. Sorry.
Oh, I love salt.
I know.
I suck down salt. Yeah. So I don't have to wait for snow to fly.
No.
Yeah.
I just mean, I think like when you hear like the Italian summer scarf and even like doing it in our sport, it must just be because the yarn it has such like a crimp that it wants to bloom, and then you put that fuzzy bloom of the mohair silk and it really turns it into quite a warm weather.
I love it. And I realized I left my marker on it to know which side was front versus back, and I've got to hide these. But otherwise, it's done.
Yay!
Yeah. So, Rhinebeck, here we come.
Yes.
I've rented the cargo van.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to pick that up on Thursday. We're going to pack it full, and then we'll get on the road on Friday
morning. So you and Leah are going to drive.
Leah and I are going to do the cargo van.
I'm bringing down an extra car that we can use while we're down there too, and we'll meet at the fairgrounds probably. Do setup.
Yeah, do setup.
We've got an Airbnb.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So hopefully we'll see some of you there.
I am so looking forward to it.
We got to wear these all day long.
We should bring these to Rhinebeck. And people will be like, what is this for? And then it'll be a good chance to tell them about the Millcast.
Oh, should we do
that? Yeah, totally.
All right. See us at Rhinebeck in all our glitter.
Bye.
Bye.